Hey, it's Sabrina. Welcome to our All Levels Yoga Flow. So let's unroll your mat and have a block handy. If you do not have a block, just grab a hardcover book. You're going to sit in fire log position. So one leg will be stacked on top of the other. You're going to root down your sit bones, lengthen the spine, and roll your shoulder blades away from your ears. I'm going to stay here for a few moments, starting to connect with our breath and just beginning our practice. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to forward fold, breathing into the tight spaces around our glutes and our hips and our back. Big deep belly breath here. Use your breath to loosen up any tight spaces you may be feeling here. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Switch legs, so whatever was on the bottom now goes on top. Lengthen the spine. Roll your shoulder blades back and then forward fold, hinging from the hips. Walking your hands out in front of you. And just release any resistance you may be feeling here with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Imagine your breath could break away all the tension you're feeling within your body. And walk your hands back towards your knees. We're going to shift over onto our bums and lengthen our legs along our mat. Lengthen the arms behind you, fingertips pointing away. We're going to open up the front of our body by taking a deep breath in. Exhale, navel draws towards the spine as you lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Your neck could be tucked in towards your chest or have it falling backwards behind you to open up the throat chakra. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly lower your booty back to the mat. Now we're going to do Dandasana, our staff pose. So legs stay as they are, toes are flexed, arms reach up towards the ceiling, and navel draws in towards the spine. We're creating a beautiful L shape with our body. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we forward fold here, reaching onto your shins, your ankles, or your toes. And just find a spot where you can surrender for a few breaths. Breathing into any tight spaces you may feel behind your knees and your calves. Breathe in and breathe out. Roll up from the spine. Roll the shoulder blades back. And let's flip over onto tabletop position. Hands stacked under our shoulders. Knees are hip width apart. We're going to do some cat and cows. As we inhale, we're going to gaze upward at the ceiling and arch our spine. As we exhale, we round the spine, pushing the floor away from our bodies. Inhaling up into cat. Exhale, rounding into cat. Oops, sorry, made a mistake there. Inhale, our cow. Exhale, rounding into cat. Good job. Inhaling our cow. Exhaling our cat. And just coming back into a neutral position with your back. Walking your hands towards one side of your body, gazing over your shoulder, and then walking your hands towards the opposite side, gazing over your shoulder, just to create some open spaces on the sides of your waist. Now we're going to lengthen the left leg and the right arm, drawing the navel in towards the spine. creating a connection between our left and right hemisphere of the brain. You breathe in and breathe out. And now let's switch sides. Extend the right arm and the left leg. Draw the navel in towards the spine, strengthening the core, finding balance. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly lower. Now we're going to flow it. So we're going to extend the opposite leg and opposite arm and bring the elbow and knee to the center for 10 times. Here's 8, 7, deep breath in, out. Good job. Keep going. This is really good for our whole body, as well as strengthening the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Keep breathing. Hold the stretch and slowly lower. Now let's do the same on the opposite side. Connect elbow to knee in the center of your core. Big deep breaths here. Good job. Halfway there. Extend, and then gently lower it down. Wag the tail if that feels good to you. Curl the toes under and let's step back into a downward dog. Pedal out each one of your feet. Feeling the stretch on each one of your calf muscles. Really broaden the shoulders here in downward dog. Your hips are reaching up towards the ceiling and your spine is lengthening. Good. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale, we're going to gaze forward and walk the feet towards our hands. Inhale, flat back, hands come to shins, gaze is lifted. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up to rise. Exhale, hands at heart center. Good job. Tadasana, step mountain pose. Just take a breather here. Connect to your breath. Inhale, step the left foot back into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Right knee is bent. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Roll the shoulder blades back. Beautiful. Good job. Now let's open it up to Warrior 2. So you can pigeon toe or wiggle waddle your feet so the back leg is parallel with the short side of the mat. Front knee is bent, opening towards the baby toe side of your feet. Arms extend out to either side of you. Rest the back hand on your thigh. Reach the front palm above your head. Exalted Warrior. And then bring your arms back to Warrior 2. Let's prepare for triangle pose. Straighten the front leg. And windmill your arms up and down to either side. Deep breath in. This is really good for our waist and opening up our chest and our lungs. Navel towards the spine as we move on back to Warrior 2. Then we prepare for high lunge, drawing the navel towards the spine. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. We're on the tiptoes of the back foot and our front knee is bent. Breathing deeply here, finding balance and strength. Exhale, roll your arms down to either side of the mat. Deep lunge here. Inhale, arms come up into that Charlie's Angels hand mudra. It's really good for opening up our hips. Breathe into this stretch. Now, if you have sore knees, please place a pillow under your knees to make it more comfortable for you. Now let's move on back into our plank pose, navel towards the spine. Then gently lower your knees to the ground, relax the toes. Booty stays high, chin, chest to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, let's move back to downward dog. That beautiful inverted V. Broaden the shoulders. Inhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, circle the arms up to rise. And exhale, hands come to the heart center. Our mountain pose. Just breathe here, ground your feet into the mat. Breathe in earth energy through the soles of your feet. And we'll step back for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Our back foot is kind of 45-degree angled and our front knee is bent. Navel draws in towards the spine, shoulder blades roll back behind you away from the ears. Now we shift into Warrior 2 by taking a wider stance. The back leg is parallel with the short side of the mat. The front knee is bent, bending towards the baby toe side of the feet, so you're really using your inner thigh strength here. Roll the shoulder blades away from the ears. Bring the back hand around the small of your back. An exalted warrior gazing upward at the ceiling. Front knee is still bent. Breathe in and breathe out. Extend the arms back to Warrior 2. Now let's shift into our Trikonasana triangle pose. You can shorten your stance here. Straighten the front leg and windmill the arms up and down. Your gaze can either be upward at the ceiling or down at the floor, whatever is more comfortable for your neck. Breathe in, breathe out, navel towards the spine. Come back to standing, and then let's shift into the high lunge. So the tiptoes of your feet on the back leg and the front leg, the knee is still bent. Navel towards the spine. Inhale, exhale, circle the arms down. Rest the knee onto the mat. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, exhale, arms reach up. Beautiful stretch for the inner thighs here. Really use your breath to create space in the hips, releasing resistance and any tension. Inhale, exhale, uncurl the toes, step it back into plank. Draw the navel towards the spine here to protect your lower back. Gently bring the knees to the ground, chin, chest to the mat. Cobra. Inhale, exhale, move your body back to downward facing dog. Broaden the shoulders, lengthen the spine, sit bones reach towards the ceiling, heels reach towards the ground. Gently walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, circle the arms up to rise. And exhale, hands at heart center. Now let's face the long side of your mat. We're going to keep our feet hip width apart. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms down at your sides. And inhale, arms float out in front of you. Chair pose. Utkatasana. We're going to press the weight into the heels of our feet. Lift your toes. Make sure the weight is in the heels so you can feel your glutes firing up. Exhale, release. Now let's bring our stance closer together. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms float down to your sides and then out in front of you. Draw the hands towards your chest in prayer. We're going to do a twisted chair. This is super great for releasing toxins out of your body. We want to really bend into the heels of our feet. Lengthen the spine out of your chair pose and breathe deeply so we can really get the maximum amount of health benefits here. Now let's twist ourselves out of this pose, reaching the arms up. Come back to standing. And let's prepare for the next side. Deep breath in, arms roll up. Exhale, arms roll down and in front of you. Chair pose. Bring your hands in towards your chest in prayer. And now let's swing the elbow to the outside of the knee on the opposite side. Try to stay equally balanced in your heels and hips here. And really twist with your torso. Squeezing out all the toxins that are ready to be released. Inhale and exhale. Let's float on out. You can give yourself a little back bend here. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Relax the hands down at your sides. Now let's take a child's pose. So big toes together, knees wide, sit on your heels and forward fold. Rest your forehead down into the mat. So throughout this practice, anytime you need a break, please feel free to take a child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Walk your hands out. Now we're going to do our little ninja lunge here. This is really good for opening up the hips, and we're creating balance and core strength here. So this is when you're going to need your block or your hardcover book. Let's extend the right leg out, and you're on the tiptoes of your left leg. The kneecap is pointing out to the side, and you're on the heel of your right leg. So you can keep your hands resting on your block, or engage that core by drawing your navel in towards the spine and bring your hands to your heart center. Walk it over to the opposite side now. Remember, now you're on the heel of the opposite leg and the tiptoes of the other leg. Now you can grab your block as so, or draw the navel towards your spine and bring your hands to your heart center. It's a beautiful pose. And just breathe. Good, release that. Now let's do a little spider crawl to the center of our mat, preparing for goddess pose. Our feet are pointed outwards, our knees are opening towards the baby toe side of the feet, and we keep the elbows bent here. Draw the navel towards your spine. Inhale and exhale to straighten and release. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. And yoga squat, malasana. So our elbows are pressing into the inside of our knees. Our spine is lengthening out of this posture, creating so much strength in our legs and in our core. Inhale, arms rise up, navel towards the spine, straighten those legs. Good job. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, arms float down. And let's come up to the long side of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step it back into plank, navel towards the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Knees come down first. Uncurl the toes. Lead with the chin and the chest. Cobra. There you go. Inhale. Exhale. Float it back to downward dog. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze between the hands. Walk, step, or hop the feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Circle the arms up to rise. And exhale, hands at heart center. Mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's come on to the ground here. Our soles of the feet are down. Now let's just bring our knees in towards our chest. Loosen up the lower back here. And now we're just going to draw your left leg in towards the chest as the right foot extends across your mat. And then let's open up that knee to the side of your body so we get a nice stretch on the inner thigh. And switch sides. Inhale, exhale. Open out that knee to the armpit. Really feeling a stretch on the inner thigh there. Bring the knee back into the chest. And let's have both knees greet you here. Bring the hands out into a petit position, palms face down, and let's spinal twist. Knees come down to the left, and your gaze is to the right. So the face is in the opposite direction of your knees. It's a beautiful pose for relaxing, helping your metabolism and your digestion. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, bring your knees back to the center, and let's twist in the opposite direction now. Good job. Imagine your spine as a damp towel, and when you twist the damp towel, you wring out toxins. This is what is happening when you're in the spinal twist. It's very important to breathe here. Spinal twist is also very good at massaging your internal organs. And if you've eaten a heavy meal and your belly feels upset, do a supine spinal twist and your digestive system will start working. Inhale and exhale. Twist on out of the pose. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, hip width apart, arms down at your sides. We're going to prepare for a bridge pose. So inhale, exhale, draw the navel towards your spine, contract your urination muscles, and lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, lower back into the mat. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, zip up your spine, your core, your pelvis. Beautiful. You want your chin to stay away from your chest here. You want to be able to breathe easy and then slowly lower back into the mat. Last one, inhale, exhale. Draw the navel towards your spine, pull in the pelvic floor, breathe. Exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, back into the mat. And now let's open up our legs into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So it's your feet come together and your knees open up like you just opened up a book. And let's bring our hands to our hips. It's a very grounding posture here. Just breathe. And let's slowly stretch out our full body here, hands above your head, toes reaching straight out, and exhale, surrender into the mat. Let's prepare for Shavasana, my favorite pose. Widen the feet, let your toes flop out to either side. Palms could be facing up or down. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Breathe in, breathe out. Take this moment to send gratitude for your beautiful being, for the unique, vibratory expression that you are. And thank yourself for creating this space and this time to practice some yoga with me. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like, but I will just come up to cross-legged position now. I'm going to sing a little Om for you. I put a globe in front of me, sending healing to you and Pachamama as a whole. My hands to my heart. Inhale. The divine in me honors and recognizes the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you for watching and practicing with me.